Hi, it's Yumiko with Gathered, and we are in week 3 of shelter in place. And I hope all of you are well and finding things to do, being productive and creative. I think that is really so helpful in this very strange world we live in. Um, so today I wanted to talk about my makes, my spring makes. Hopefully I'll do it this month. I'm trying to make a lot of masks, so it might be a month and a half before I am able to show these. I've been thinking about trying to use, more of the fabric that I have right now, just because it's always a good way to clear out your stash and tidy up a bit. So here's a piece of linen that I bought, oh my gosh, maybe 6 years ago from Hearts Fabrics in Santa Cruz. And I think, now I probably wouldn't buy it just because I'm really trying to wear more colorful things. But at the time, I thought it was a really nice pale color. Yeah, so what could I make with this? I've always wanted a kind of linen duster coat or some kind of dress that I could layer on top of maybe tanks. And I saw this. Actually, I just bought it for something else. I didn't really intend to use this fabric, but as you're going through your patterns, you kind of see, yeah, that makes sense. What if I made this one here and maybe added more fullness in the skirt somehow, maybe cropping it and then making it a fuller skirt and being able to kind of take advantage of, let me show you. It's kind of a sheer fabric, right? Seems like something that's going to need a little bit of, actually be really pretty if you could kind of gather it up. So thinking about doing something like that, where it's kind of a mock or actual overlapping wrap dress, but then, maybe I integrate a skirt that's a little bit fuller and then it can button. So maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a way I can use it. No, I couldn't use it open, but I could definitely put it over a more colorful tank or something dark. The one thing I like to do sometimes too is if I kind of feel something is lacking in color, I try to create more an interesting line around the neckline with stitching, or maybe introducing some type of trim or something just really small that kind of defines it a little bit more. So maybe I'll do something like that. Okay, so what else? I have this. This is something I picked up, I think over at Stone Mountain and Daughter. Upstairs they have a lot of stripes in their kind of remnant section, and a lot of them were neutrals or black and white. So this one stood out because it was kind of bright. I think for some people, I remember showing it to Luba and she was like, oh, that's really bright. But she mentioned that it looked really good with a kind of like a army green type of pants that I was wearing, which I actually would never have thought of that combination, but it's really good because then, the army green is green blue. It's kind of in the same family, but then you're taking something bright and you're putting it with something that's more of a shade or a grayed down version of it, which looks really great. So thank you, Luba. So what I'm going to make with this, I just bought a small piece because I really had in mind the Friday Pattern Company, the square neck top. This one is a really cute square neck top, cropped. I would probably wear a tank top underneath just because, I'm not one of those, if I was younger, maybe I could allow my belly to be showing, but I like to have a little coverage. So I usually like wear a tank underneath just because I like to be a little bit warmer. But this is a great, easy top that I could see making a lot of these. You know, the sleeve, it's a one piece, two pieces with a dart. So very, very simple. So check that out. It's a really good pattern. And then the third item is this one here. Sorry, I'm gonna put up another picture because I did the PDF, but I'll also place the other one. So this top is by Republique du Chiffon, and it's called the Jeanne Blouse. This is something that I've had my eye on for a really long time, and just always thought it was really cute. I love yokes like that, and because I'm very small chested, I feel like I need things like this to kind of give me more form. So this is kind of like an ideal pattern for me, which I've made many things kind of like this. And I always like a peplum. And there's something about peplums that I'm always drawn to, you know, especially if it's kind of a subtle peplum. But anyways, I'm going to make this, and I kind of, you know, just got the pattern thinking, oh, I'll just make it out of something. I don't know what, right? But, you know, the whole use your fabric from your stash, I have this piece of fabric that I'm kind of really itching to make something out of because it's so pretty. This is a Liberty of London fabric that I bought from the store. It was really fun to go there, and I just love the color. Like, it has that deep ground and then just the magenta and that kind of it's almost like a saffron-y kind of burnt orange color that's in there. But anyways, this is really quite lightweight. It's a beautiful lawn, and you know, it's kind of hard to think what could you make out of it. I have a couple yards, and this just seems like kind of a nice overall structure because it has fullness that will work well with this fabric, and I might have quite a bit left, so maybe I could make something else too. Haven't really decided whether I'm going to make the long sleeve or the short sleeve version. I think I'm going to just kind of make the body and kind of take a look at it and then cut the sleeve. We'll see. But those are my 3 makes for spring, and maybe there'll be more. But at this point, I'm just going to go for that and see how that goes. Okay. So happy sewing, and I would love to hear, oh, one thing I wanted to talk about too was this pattern. I don't know if this has happened to you. I'm sure, well, what happens with me is I see a pattern and then I think, oh, that's really cute. I want to make that sometime, but I'm not really ready to buy it just because I don't want to start stockpiling, which I've done so many times where I buy it and then it just sits there forever, right? And then I never make it. So I kind of, you know, had the image in the back of my mind, but I couldn't remember the name of the pattern company. I knew it was French, but, you know, there's a few French indie pattern companies. So I'm just wondering how all of you keep track of your patterns, like what you want to make in the future. I know some people use Pinterest, and other people use things like Trello. But I'm curious too, like, you know, what apps do you use and what do you find to be the most useful? Put your ideas in the comments. I'd love to hear what you like to use. And happy sewing. I hope all of you stay healthy and stimulated during this lockdown. And we'll see you next time. Okay, bye.